What's up, alumni? I got a little bonus moment for you this week from my conversation with Philip. You know, we always ask our guests for some extra advice that they would commend to you during this time of transition. Well, Philip and I were having such a great conversation that we just couldn't fit it into our normal episode. So here's Philip's advice for you as you make the adjustment to life after graduation. Philip, I feel like you've already given us a number of these things, but in case we didn't hit on something, is there like one last word of encouragement or advice or something that you would give to your fellow alumni, to young artists, whatever it might be, who are just navigating life with Jesus in this space and this time?
The words that are coming to my heart right now are, don't be afraid. Which is actually not what I had prepared. But I think what that is coming from, in light of the conversation, in light of just reflecting on these past years, is, and it feels so trite to say, right? Again, these are all like Christianity 101, but sometimes it's the basic things that are hardest to actually live out.
Yes.
Right? Just all the examples in scripture, right? Of where right, the angels coming to people, or the Lord appearing directly to people, and what's the first word? Like, do not be afraid. Or I think of the story of Gideon, right? When he's visited and he's like literally hiding in the wine press, trying to make some bread, and right, rise up, mighty man of valor, right? But and the reason that we don't have to be afraid, or the reason why we can choose to not fan fear is when we trust in the Lord's provision and trust that, again, if God is sovereign, right? Go back to that quote. If God is sovereign, right? We there's no guarantee that we can be great, but if God is sovereign, we also, right? We have the freedom to trust in Him, right? It's like the Sermon on the Mount, right? Who by worrying can add a single hour to your life? And again, feels so trite to say, but looking in hindsight, again, on the last 5 years, on all of the ways in which God has provided, and how much of that has been a result of my white knuckling. How much has that been? Has that gotten me 90% of the way? No, it's like, of course, we have to tend to our fields, right, and work hardly, but so much of the provision, both materially, socially, in the deep friendships, professionally, all those things, those have come from places that I haven't been expecting. And so, especially in that moment when you step out of the safety net of school, or you step into the unknown, right? Don't be afraid. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Again, it's like 3-year-olds in Sunday school, but it is such to be able to look back on that in my own life and see how God's faithfulness has played out, and now right, it encourages me and challenges me to continue to trust that, as the way forward is still, right, a lot of question marks, a lot of I don't know, but I have seen the Lord's faithfulness in my own life, it's been tested, and He's proven Himself true in ways that were more difficult, and therefore like almost more real in my years after school than my years in school, and regardless, right, so that just gives me gives me more faith and more trust that we've seen him do it before, and He'll do it again.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I love that, Philip, any good coach or any good teacher has you drill on the basics because they are fundamental to getting the rest of it. And so I appreciate a call back to something that feels familiar, but that is so easy to forget. It's so easy to just to strike out on your own and or to just lean into fear. And so I'm grateful for the reminders of, man, don't be afraid, because you are trusting in the Lord with everything that you have. And as you submit there, he's going to guide you. He's going to care for you. And we can trust that. We've seen evidence of that in the past, and we will see it again. And so I'm grateful for that, because those can be truths that are really easy to forget, or to say, that was fine and good on campus. Now I'm here. I've got to take care of myself in this new space after graduation. And you're helping us remember, no, the things that were true when we were on campus with InterVarsity, they are true today. The God who was with us there is the God who is with us here. And the ways that we learned to follow Jesus when we were on campus with our InterVarsity community, maybe they need a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of contextualizing, but those ways of following Jesus are still good for us today, and we just need to keep leaning in this new context. So I'm grateful for words that feel familiar, but are needed for us to remember. Thanks for listening to After 4. This podcast is brought to you by the InterVarsity Alumni Relations Team, hosted and produced by John Steele, production assistance by Mike Santera, edited by Caleb Leppert, and our After 4 theme music was written and performed by John Steele.